by the end of it, I was up about $250,000. So I said, hey, I know what I'm doing. I know everything now. I'm going to invest this into some blue chip stocks. And I bought a company anyways that a short seller came out the next day and tanked it. And I didn't even know what a short seller was.
Wow. Give us your biggest takeaway from the Dallas event, and maybe what are you looking forward to most about the event in May? And don't say drinking, buddy, because we know we're going to be drinking.
Reach out to him to say this is what I did. And what did he do? He posted it straight in the group, and he's like, guys, we need to remind Randy he can't be sitting in his boxers with his baby crying beside him. He's got to have a shower before. And ever since that day, I can't come to the desk without my hair combed or having a shower now, right?
What's up, traders? Welcome back to the Day Trading Show. My name is Austin Silver. I'm your host. Today, I've got Randy Bains in the house. Randy is a Black Shirt Club member. He was actually just at our event in Dallas, the 2-day boot camp. So he is immersed completely in ASFX. And he's been with me his entire first year of trading. He has some previous experience as an investor. You're going to hear about how he lost 200 grand like that because of a short seller. So an interesting story there. But he has spent the entire year working with us in the mentorship group in the Black Shirt Club. And you're going to hear about that experience in this episode. You're going to hear about his feedback from Dallas. You're going to hear what he would do differently if he had to do anything over. He's got some really good tips for new guys trying different forms of prop firms, different types of accounts, different copy trading, all that stuff. So there's a lot that we cover. I think you guys are going to love this. So make sure you listen in, connect with Randy. His links are in the description. I want to thank our sponsors as always. You'll hear from them in a little bit. And I want to thank you guys as always for being good listeners and always listening to our episodes. So make sure you're subscribed and now enjoy my conversation with the man himself, Mr. Randy Bains. Very special podcast today. So, Randy, how did you find me originally?
It's actually a funny but not funny story, but I wanted last year, I decided, well, not even last year, 2023, I decided Hillary got pregnant. I decided I wanted to change, I wanted to do something else. I was always interested in the markets. So, I'm one of those, the last few years, I've just been doing these deep dive into podcasts. So I said, what's the best way? I'm on the road quite a bit and I'll look for a podcast to do with day trading. So in the Apple podcast store, I searched day trading and lo and behold, your show came up and I started at episode 1 and I listened to, probably 50 episodes, learned all about Forex and everything you were doing and all the interesting stuff going on in the world of Forex and CFDs. And I said, if I'm gonna learn to trade, let's try something completely different. I thought I was a trader in the past. I was basically an investor. And, I got my ass handed to me about 10 years ago and I lost quite a bit of money. So I thought, I'll try something new. I decided I threw away my computer I had for 10 years. I went out and bought a new computer and I got set up to take this seriously. Like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to take it seriously. I set up a call with you. We had a call and I said, I want to trade Forex. And you said, unfortunately, we're switching over to futures. We're not doing Forex. And it actually worked out better for me because it was like a blank slate kind of across the table, kind of with everybody in the group. So it was a learning process on every end, which was, help massively with this whole, this journey that I've been on. And yeah, basically here we are today. It's almost going to be, I spoke to you in December of 2023 and then Miles was born January, so I didn't get on board until February of 2024. I believe it was my first call with James. So we were actually talking about that the other day.
Yep.
So it hasn't even been a full year.
Yeah, coming up though. Time does fly, bro. It's crazy. If you're tired of wasting money and time on sim funding challenges, Top One Trader has an offer for you. They now have instant funding accounts, which means you can start trading towards a payout today with no challenge and no waiting. It's an incredible offer. As long as you follow the consistency rule, you can be eligible for a payout in your first week of trading if you take advantage of some of the unique offers that Top One has. like their instant payout add-on. Now, if you go back to episode 147, I interview a guy named Derek. He made over $100,000 with Top One last year. He shares his experience with Top One as a firm in detail in that podcast episode. So definitely check that out if you want to learn a little bit more about what traders are saying having traded with Top One. Their customer support we know is top notch. We know that they are paying people out with no issues. So to me, them getting in the instant funded game was a no-brainer. So check it out. Thank you to Top One. Happy trading. If you're serious about taking your trading to the next level in 2025, you need to be tracking your trades the right way. Most traders don't struggle because of lack of skill. It's because they lack data-based insights on their own performance. And that's where TradeZella comes in. You're going to be able to see strengths and weaknesses, see what's working well for you, see what you're not doing well. And then you're going to be able to double down on what's actually working by identifying your most profitable setups. You're going to be able to review and detail each trade with precision. And that's going to help you identify new patterns and make more money. I've been using TradeZella for the last 3 years. Everybody that we send to them absolutely loves them. So use the code ASFX10 for 10% off your monthly, or the better deal, use the code ASFX20 to save 20% on your yearly membership. Good luck and happy trading. Every trader is searching for an edge, but edge is not found, it's built. With Edgeful, we don't trade blindly. We trade with precision, we trade with confidence, and with data. We use Edgeful every single day on ASFX TV. The reports are constantly evolving, and the stats are coming in and out of play every single week. That's why having Edgeful is a must in my daily trading tool belt. One of my favorite reports is the classic gap fill report. This report is actually what inspired the entire company. Andre, the CEO founder, he actually talks about that on a podcast episode when I had him on the show a few weeks ago. If you don't know what the gap fill is, that's okay. Edgeful actually explains that to you as well. So if you're looking for an edge and you want to stop guessing, maybe you want to actually start executing some winning trades, give Edgeful a shot. There's a link down below for you to check them out. Sign up. You won't regret it.
Few days away, it's insane. Like where the
Well,
last year went.
you're not uncommon in that sense. I think some of the best guys that have come through the Black Shirt Club find me through the podcast. The podcast is a really good way to reach people that are serious about trading. You don't really find that as much on Instagram. Twitter, it's there too, as we've talked about, and we'll get into maybe some of your content creation towards the end. But that's a good like lay of the land for who you are, how you kind of got into trading, how you found me. I think I'm curious to hear your opinion on like the first year being in a mentorship program, your entire first year, because most people get into day trading and will not find mentorship or search for it in their first year. That's for sure. Majority. Some do, like you, but majority do not. So being in a mentorship program, your entire first 12 months, how do you think that has accelerated your learning curve? Or do you feel like you could have done this on your own at the same pace or faster? Like, how do you look back on the first year and think about it?
So just, a little bit of backstory and kind of why the mentorship and how important it was to be a part of this program was when I initially 10 years ago, I invested in some small cap, some junior gold mines. They took off. I did really well. And, by the end of it, I was up about $250,000. So I said, hey, I know what I'm doing. I know everything now. I'm going to invest this into some blue chip stocks. And I bought a company anyways that a short seller came out the next day and tanked it. And I didn't even know what a short seller was.
Wow.
So I basically lost almost all that money that I had made in the markets, and
Wow.
it scorned me. So that's where that's how I came to meet you. And I wanted to be a part of the Black Shirt Club. Instead of just trying to do the ASFX TV and trying to follow along and watch YouTube videos, I didn't, there's two ways you can go about it. And I know people that have tried doing the YouTube route and watching stuff and, you can't do it on your own. I'll tell you right now, unless you're some sort of phenom or, some sort of market wizard that's been hiding in the background, you're not going to be able to do this on your own. There's a reason that only 5%, and then even a smaller amount of that 5% are actually, 6-7 figure traders. So, being part of the group and growing with the group, for me, I came in completely blind. I didn't have trading view. I knew kind of how to read a chart, but I didn't know what any indicators were. So it was being almost like full-time in school, like basically going to university and sitting down every morning, getting into class, and how we start the group and we have a group discussion, and we go about and we take trades and markups, and then the weekly coaching calls. It was I would not be sitting here today if I did not join the mentorship.
You think it would have been that difficult to do it on your own compared to, because at least we have like, that's why your results, you being at the level that you're at, especially for the people that have now, hopefully from hearing you here and seeing you in our group, they're watching your videos, they see the level that you're treating the trading and the results that you're getting from it now. Like, I think that you've taken it very serious from the jump. And in that, like taking it serious, surrounding yourself with other serious people, definitely did something different to you than it did for a lot of other people. So you are very privileged to not have had a terrible first year of trading, bro. That's really what it is. And especially being around so many guys with payouts, like not even guys that are just like, I've been trading this long and talking, like guys that are actually making money, right? And then you come to the seminar, you rub shoulders with Mark and some of the other guys. It is probably a super valuable experience for a guy like yourself in his first year.
Yeah, no, and I'm a true believer of you just feed off of people's energy. So you surround yourself with like-minded individuals that have similar goals. Like, not everybody has the exact same goal in this industry, but at the end of the day, we want to be profitable. What we want to do with our time is everything different, but having that financial freedom and that freedom of time. That's mainly, I would imagine, why everybody gets into trading.
Yep.
And to be around people you'll see people all walks of life having, the same mindset, just different goals, but they're all similar at the end. And it's kind of nice because it humbles you and puts you into perspective. Some guys want a little bit out of the market, some guys chase everything, right? And it's finding that, I used to always think you can find balance in every aspect of life, and that's honestly not true. Like, you can't live a balanced life. Like, I have a 1 year old, I have chaos with my 1 year old. That's just the fact of the matter. So where I can find balance is now important, because then it gives me that little bit of, and that's what trading is doing for me. A year later, in the beginning, I was just up and down and, the emotional roller coaster, and you get to see it every day. And now I get to watch new people come into the mentorship and take this roller coaster. But now I get to, give them my feedback, and hopefully you talk them off the ledge, right? Which I've been talked off the ledge many a times. That firsthand. So
Absolutely. What's like the most, if I had to say, like, I don't want this to become people are going to be listening and maybe thinking like this is a Black Shirt Club advertisement, but still, let's talk about it because it's you and I working together every day for a second here. What do you think? Like when I ask you, what's the craziest moment of the Black Shirt Club? Because there are some shenanigans that happen. What stands out to you? Don't hold it
oh,
back.
well, it's gonna be like I don't want to make it about me, but it's gonna be that story about me trading in my boxers and
Oh, I forgot. I didn't think you were going to say that. Yeah, all right, you got to tell the story. You have to
right,
now.
and
Yeah, you got to.
basically it's 2 months in. I'm still like just green as green could be. And Miles is a few months old, and Hillary had to go run out to do something. So I got him in the baby Bjorn. He's sitting beside me, bouncing, and I'm trying to trade, but I haven't even got ready for the day. I'm in my boxers. Like, I just like literally look like I rolled out of bed. And I just spiraled down the rabbit hole of trading and just went down the Steph spiral. And I reached out to James to not in confidence, but anyways, reach out to him to say this is what I did. And what did he do? He posted it straight in the group, and he's like, guys, we need to remind Randy he can't be sitting in his boxers with his baby crying beside him. He's got to have a shower before. And ever since that day, I can't come to the desk without my hair combed or having a
Dude,
shower now, right? So
I
it's
don't know if I should be mad at him for like that, for roasting you or not. I don't know, because it
you
did
know
work.
at first, to be honest, I was a little bit embarrassed. But one thing I will say now, looking back as we're talking about this, when it comes to trading, if you can't face those, it's like Mark said in that little snippet of the podcast. I can't wait to hear it. But it's like looking in the mirror,
Yep.
right? And if you can't face that self, or yourself in the mirror like that and change, then you're not going to succeed as a trader. If you can't admit you're wrong, then you're in the wrong business. Like, get the fuck out of here, right? So
So true. So true. Yeah, that is a good story from the Black Shirt Club. All right, sidebar for a second. Talk about Dallas. The seminar was 2.5, 3 weeks ago. We now
yeah,
have the next seminar planned for May. You're going to be there. A lot of the people that were in Dallas are coming. I'm super grateful for that. We're looking to have probably about 40 people. I think I told you that. Joey Morgan's going to be there. Isaac's going to be there. Zach's going to be there.
Tanner.
Tanner's going to be, and then Evan. So it's going to be a lot of good traders in one room. So give us your biggest takeaway from the Dallas event, and maybe what are you looking forward to most about the event in May? And don't say drinking, buddy, because we know we're going to be
So
drinking.
May's going to be the weather. I'm going to say I'm looking forward.
Oh,
We
yeah.
we have the weather's just it's cold and ugly
Right.
here right now, right? So
Right. Right.
it's not but no, to be honest, like Dallas for me was, you know, it was my second conference. Like the first one we went to obviously was not through, but you were speaking there, and that was my first time out of my comfort zone of basically leaving my what do you call it, friend group, and meeting new people and actually talk. Like you can talk to somebody all day on a computer, but until you physically shake their hand or give them a hug, it's something else. But Dallas for me was coming into it as I was on this mindset of I'm gonna, you know, it's trading. It's all about trading, trading, trading. When it was actually a lot more for me personally. And I took away, you know, the 15-minute time frame analyzing, because I've listened to Evan say it every day for the last 6 months. But there was something about seeing him go through those slides and question us with the before and after. What would you do here? And you know, more times than not, the class was getting it wrong. And he was like, "You guys are like, now read it this way." And then you know that light bulb kind of went off in the and it was just I looked at Mark and I was like, "It took me this long to get it. Like I had to fly 2 flights, get to Dallas, just to hear it." So it sunk in, and I figured it out, right?
Yeah.
So that was a massive takeaway for me. And then I think we talked about this before, the networking. Just again, being around positive people. You know, every day people will push you, and you won't realize until you're sitting here doing a podcast with you that, hey, I'm doing this for a reason, and thank God I surrounded myself with these people, or else I would not be sitting here doing this podcast. I'd be probably trading by myself or watching videos and just down probably a lot of money. So
It's very true. Well said. I think the networking aspect of it is super big. I think that's like the underlying like low key thing that like you could say it about any event, but like especially for traders, because I've been to other conferences not for trading, and it's a different vibe. Maybe because we do these events small, like even the one in May is only 40 people, so it
yeah,
gets like personal, right? Like people are willing to be vulnerable in front of smaller groups, so that could be a factor in it. But like yeah, bro, just the quality of the networking is such a
yes,
like an un you can't put a price tag on it, in my opinion,
no,
because you never, dude. Even for an example, everybody, like the Trump coin thing happened Friday night while we're all out at the rodeo. Had we been paying more attention, we could have bought in that Trump coin. And imagine what if everybody overnight at the seminar wakes up Saturday morning? You know what I'm saying? Now we still
yeah,
woke up and still we were able to take advantage of it, right? Blah blah blah. But like it's things like that that come out of these seminars that are hard to put a price tag on, and like those experiences. But I feel like it's also because traders are pretty lonely, like people
yeah,
are at home
no,
working all the time. If you're trading, especially, it's just very lonely. So the opportunity to let loose a little bit,
yeah,
flex the old wings, as they say, Randy, go out dancing a little bit. So what are we
yeah.
doing? Are we going to go? What's our fun activity going to be? Golf, maybe Saturday. Are we going to go hit? Do we take it to downtown Tampa? You think? I think we take it. We got
Hundred
to one.
percent,
Got
hundred
to one.
percent.
I
We
take
got,
it
but
over.
we got a few nights, right? So we
Dude, we
got
should get on a boat. We should try to get a fucking boat and like dress up like pirates. Like that's very Tampa, Gasparilla. I was telling you about that, right? So we could do
even
something.
go do some fishing or something, anything like. I think, but
We
I
could do
think
that.
again, we sat in the hotel lobby in Dallas, and we're working on the Trump the meme coin stuff. But it's like you could put a group, if you have a great group, you could put them anywhere. And it's
Of
the
course.
conversations are great. You know what I mean? Like it's a good time. And I think people don't realize when they get into trading that, like you said, the loneliness and being by yourself, you can't achieve that. Where I can straight up tell you that you can achieve that and so much more. And then you're becoming professional at the same time. And I almost want to wear a suit and tie to class, you know what, at the next conference when I walk in, just because I feel that way. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I feel like I'm not doing this part time. This is not just a little hobby, right? We're taking it seriously here. And if you want to,
100%.
I think you got to do these things, right? So I
100%.
tweeted about it
100%.
today, and I said straight up, you got to go to one of these events if you're struggling or you want to be serious. Go to any event. It doesn't have to be ASFX. Just put yourself out there, get into that uncomfortable situation, and then it's gonna force you to grow. So
I agree. And it's interesting too because now we'll have some of these like crossover people, I'm sure, from Joey's community or Tanner's community that have never done anything like this before. I'm sure we'll have a lot of like first time people to a seminar like this. So it'll be really good to have people like yourself who have come to one or two in the past because this one in May will now be my 13th one since
wow.
2019. It's crazy. So,
Yeah.
but this one will be the biggest. 40 people will be the biggest that we've ever done. And I think it'll be probably sold out, bro, because of the other guys. I'm hoping that by getting these other guys that have a good following, have good background in trading, like they've proven they can make money and take payouts. They're great people to have come speak
Yeah.
at an event like this, just because then even more we'll set up Q&A panels. Well, they'll have strategy sessions. We'll still do Q&A stuff where the audience can engage with them and just like chop it up about trades and ask questions. And I think that mixed with the live trading, like you said, going over some of that like higher time frame, how as shorter term traders were using that. Those two things together, I think, are what's going to make this one really, really good. The
No,
only
and
thing that's, yeah, go
sorry,
ahead.
I
Sorry.
was going to say,
Go
no,
ahead.
no, I agree with you. And I think that like even in Dallas, it was just you and Evan going over trades, but now you're going to have, I'm interested in hearing Tanner's take on, he uses the VWAP and we talked about SPY and QQQ, and then Isaac, the way he sets his stops and he takes profit at 4.5 points. And you know what I mean? So it's just all these, it's going to be, now you're kind of putting together a team of all different
Mastermind.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Learn from
love
the
that.
best
Actually,
from
that's
everybody.
perfect. Best word, mastermind. Like it's
Yeah.
a bunch of the masters around and you're bouncing ideas around, and it's super cool. So, but
Lot of drinking, I feel like, is coming, buddy. I can smell the alcohol for some reason on this one. Just with the group of guys we have together, I see you laughing, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying. You know, it's gonna be like everyone's gonna be like Thursday night. No, we're chilling, dude. We got to be up early. I know we're all excited. That's probably not gonna happen. And
sounds
then
like
next thing you
Dallas.
know,
Thursday night we were
two
going to do nothing, and we were. It was, I think, one of the latest nights.
And then where are we at? 2 a.m. tacos, wherever. I don't
Yeah.
know where the 2 a.m. taco spot is in Tampa. There used to be a spot when I lived in Philly, bro, and we would go out. It was called Dos Tacos. It was so sad. Now we're on a total taco sidebar here, but Dos Tacos closed when COVID hit, bro. And that was like the spot. I'm sure you think of everybody listening is probably thinking of a spot that you go out drinking with their friends. They go get food after. My spot's closed, bro. It's sad,
Here we have hot dog stands. So it's
Oh,
like
dude, take
you
a
go
nice
for a
glizzy
smoky
at 2 in the
after, like,
morning, a little smoking glizzy.
yeah,
Okay,
you know
okay,
what I mean? Like
Canadians get
that's the
wild.
jam, right? So
Oh yeah, yeah. All right, good. No, it'll be fun. Tampa's gonna be good, buddy. I'm really excited to see you again, of course, and get the gang together. I know Christine texted me. She's like, "Don't change the dates. I booked my flights already." I'm like, "Fuck, okay, locked in. Got to make the
I
deposit."
got to book mine today too. So
Yeah, it'll be good. So anybody that's listening, if you want to come, by the time this is out, we'll have a link probably on my website or a link in my Instagram, wherever. We're only going to have 40 seats, but I will have hotel rooms available too for some people that act quick on it. Like I know Randy, you'll need a room. Some of the other people will pay for the room. So it'll be good. It'll be a lot of learning, a lot of fun, really good time. So let's talk about we've talked about takeaway from Dallas, takeaway or what you're looking forward to most in Tampa. Now, talk about some of your goals with these prop accounts, because for those that don't know, Randy's been trying different prop firms over the last couple of months. We've tried, Apex, Tradeify, Top Step, a lot of different firms. You've got a good taste of a lot of different things. Straight to funded accounts now are in the mix. Combines are in the mix.
copy
Give kind of
trading,
your
not copy
copy
trading.
trading. Exactly. So you got a lot of things you've touched now. Give some input to the new guy that's maybe you 6 months, 8 months, 10 months ago of like trying to figure out, like, I don't know which firm to go with. I see all these discounts. I don't know if I want to copy trade. What's your like feedback now looking back on the first year?
So honestly, I would probably, so for me, as you got to know me, I like to go balls to the wall when I do something. So I just, max accounts, copy trading, and at the end I had five, I got five XFAs, and I put all this pressure on myself. I need a payout, I need this, I need that, and I got to pass these other combines, and I got to go to Apex and pass 20 accounts. And I would think now if I could go back and do it all again, I would get one combine or one evaluation account. If you couldn't afford a straight, again, I wouldn't even go straight to funded in the beginning, because you're gonna lose that and you're spending 3 or 4 times as much. But I would probably just get a combine or a challenge account, or if something's on sale, get a couple, trade it, pass it, get a funded account, trade it, and take a payout. Even if that payout's for $500, take a payout. And it will, I think for me, I spent months of being in drawdown in funded accounts. I didn't lose them. I traded funded accounts for, I think, 3.5 months without losing them, which is a feat on its own. But I think in the prop space, you don't want to be doing, like, you don't want to be spending time. You want to pull money out of the prop firms. You don't want to be sitting there being in drawdown and putting that stress on you and not being able to trade the style you want to trade because you don't want to blow the account. You're trading one micro and your trades are $10 because you're $10 away from blowing the account. Like, why? Well, I did that already, and I'll tell you firsthand, don't waste your time doing it. Like,
Right. I
just
totally agree.
get to the point. And even Mark said to me in the beginning, he's like, once you pass your first combine, you'll realize how achievable it is to do these things. And then it makes things easier. And then once I take my first payout, I'm going to come back and say, now I know how much easier it is, because it's just, you have to do it. And once you achieve it, and just do it in smaller steps, where I tried going for the top. And this year I set a goal of making $1 million. And we talked about this. It's a massive goal, but I need now to push myself to that next level. And I think by having this massive goal, I'm going to have a better chance of reaching it. But in the beginning, just take your time. It's okay. I think we talked about this. I spent $4,200 in the last year on challenges, and there $1,000 of that was activation fees for the XFAs. So really $3,000 on challenges. You break that down, that's $300-400 a month I'm spending, not even trading and I traded every single day. I did not miss a day.
Imagine if it was personal capital.
Add 3 zeros to that. I'm not even joking. I would
for sure.
I would have either went broke, or it would have got to a point where I'm like, I can't be, this is, and I have a child now, so it's not even about me or Hillary now. It's about, of course, it's about this little guy that looks at me, and you know what I mean? I got to take care of him. So
yeah. And it is good to think in that perspective. In that same light, the prop firms give us an amazing opportunity, right? To be able to leverage a small amount of money at first, really on a simulated account, and turn it into real money if you can follow some rules and stay disciplined. I think that's the key, though, right? Now, after spending a year looking at this every day, what do you think the more important part of trading is? The psychological aspect or the technical aspect?
So I want to say in the first year, 100% psychological. You can't, I can look at a chart and I can tell you what I think price is going to do, but that's not what my brain or my emotions are going to do. It's when I go on tilt, I could have the best entries in the world, but if I'm on tilt, I'm not taking those entries. I'm just all over. So I think the psychological component, especially being alone at your desk trading, even if you're part of a group, you could just, and I've done it before in the beginning. I would just, go into a rabbit hole and not talk in the Discord. And the next day just wake up and be like a bag of shit, and put a message in the group and say, hey guys. And eventually it got to a point where I started doing it at the end of the day, not even waiting till the next day, and just unloading that. And now if I have those tilt days, it's as soon as I go tilt, I put a message in the group with a screenshot of my trades, and somebody will, say, hey, you fucked up, shut it down, come back tomorrow. Right. So I think that is that's one thing that the psychological portion is huge. The technical stuff, it's going to come, but technical comes with time. Chart time, it's like they say, the more time you spend on the chart, the better you're going to get at it. And it's true. And that's the technical. But, up here is the thing that people struggle with. And that's the reason that 95% of people probably fail in the beginning, is because they think they know they can mentally handle this game, and it just punches them in the face. Right. And
the monkey brain is overconfident. Even a day like today, it's FOMC day. We made some money this morning on the stream. I know there's going to be guys that are losing money trading right now as we're filming this while Pal is speaking. Look, the market's moving, a couple points each candle here, 5-10 points a candle. People are going to chase that, get chopped around in that, and give back gains that they ultimately, worked really hard to make. So the thing then is discipline that separates them. I don't disagree with anything you said about the technicals or the psychological side. I think the psychological side is an ever learning process, because I would say, like, in year 6, I feel like I learned more almost than I did in year 5, and in year 7 more than year 6. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's an ever learning process. I think the technicals do cap out, though, at some point. And then maybe in 2 or 3 years, your perspective may shift into mine, where it's like the technicals, I kind of feel like I understand how to use any, with these basic indicators, especially with a VWAP. It's so basic. You'll get a grasp on that. Then it's more about, how do I, like, mentally, what's really tough, bro? Going from making $1,000 a day to $10,000 a day. That space, that's a whole psychological. So you see what I'm saying? Like, each year there's still going to be not new technical problems. So that's the only thing I would maybe disagree with slightly on what you said. But you're not wrong. Nothing you said is wrong.
No, I could see and I totally agree with what you're saying. And maybe just the way I explained it came off wrong, but I think the technicals come with chart time.
Exactly.
Where I think the psychological, and I was more or less probably talking about discipline, like you stated, and the psychological aspect is always changing. But 6 months ago, I would be long, short, long, short, long,
right.
short.
The technicals are way out of whack. Right.
Yeah. Like when you're in FOMC day, the technicals don't mean anything. You could just, like I said, like when Trump tweeted about NVIDIA there at 1 o'clock or whatever that was, and boom.
Boom, bro. Isn't that's Trump right there? So I mean, now markets are different, right? This is for you guys that didn't trade through Trump the first time. The markets are way different now because he'll move things just from a tweet or a post or anything he says in a press conference. So you constantly got to be listening for this guy to be shouting something. Isn't it interesting?
We need a Trump indicator, man. We got to come up with some sort of screener that as soon as his voice shows up on the airways, it obviously goes on your screen and it's like Trump's talking, right?
You
So
know, the problem is that he tweets all his own shit. So he's totally off the cuff, dude. You know,
yeah,
he's taking a dump. Trump's taking a
yeah,
dump and he's like, you know what? Actually, 25% tariffs instead of
yeah.
15. Market's just like lower,
No,
lower, lower. He's like, yeah, let's up that tariff. Yeah, it's funny,
I,
but it's true. Yeah, so it's good. So, okay, we talked about the Black Shirt Club, we talked about the seminar stuff. When you think back to your last year, you gave some really good tips on what you would want to do different. Not that you have any regrets, but things that you may go about different. So I liked all that. I liked what you said about the networking. Um, as a trader that's trying to really step into their own in year two, probably like my last couple of questions should be about people that are listening to this who can relate to that. Like they feel like, okay, I kind of got a grasp on where I want to go as far as direction. Maybe they're in a different mentorship group and they're doing their own thing, but they're what are you committed to doing this year to making sure you stay growing every day? What could you give them as ideas of things to do, actionable takeaways from this podcast that they could do every day to continue to grow? Maybe something that has helped you grow throughout the first year.
so for me, it's gonna segue into the making of the content, but it's gonna come from the last year of journaling. And I've never realized I'm 43 years old. I've never journaled. Now I do a gratitude journal daily. I do my daily report cards in the BSC. Uh, and then now that this year has turned into creating daily recap videos. And to have that level of accountability, I think will keep you in a place where on Monday, this past Monday, we had this volatility in the market and we had the slide down. I took a couple trades. They were both losses, but I kept the losses small. But in the moment, I'm like, what am I doing? Like these aren't good trades. And then after when I made my video report card or made my video that day, I realized that these weren't terrible entries. I stuck to my rule and sized right down, and I minimized the losses here. And there's no need to beat myself up. So I think you know, for me, it's going to be that level of accountability to you or people watching the videos. And it just makes me, it's something I didn't think I'd ever do. And it's completely out of my comfort zone. And here I am enjoying it and
So
learning at the same
forcing
time.
accountability is the
Yeah.
way
Like
to make sure you stay growing.
it's so easy. It's so easy to go on tilt, or it's so easy to take a bad trade and not talk about it. And it's so easy to blow combines and lose XFAs and all these things and not say a word to anybody. But only thing you're doing is you're hurting yourself and you're carrying that around with you. And until you put it down on a piece of paper or pick up the phone and call your friend and a trading, I can't call my friends. They would be like laughing at me, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you investing, or who do you think you are? Right? You should be going to school to do this. And I've heard it lots of times.
Who
And
do
it's
you think you are? The Indian Warren Buffett? Like, what are you
exactly.
doing, buddy?
And I
Come
am.
on.
That's the unfortunate part about the story, right? I am the Indian Warren Buffett.
You
it's,
are.
it,
Exactly.
I'm gonna get a shirt made saying the Indian Warren Buffett.
I think you should, bro. I
Right?
think that would be good if the future's Indian Warren Buffett. No, but you make a really good point, bro. The forced accountability, the group, the community, it helps, but that isn't just it. It's within that you're saying, hold me to this standard, check me when I'm off, and I think that's what everyone needs to be doing. I think there should be there's ideally there's none, but there's definitely people that like run their trading group of like be like me, be like this person, emulate. But it's really just trying to be like we push, be the best version of yourself. Have that accountability externally, sure, from a coach or whatever, but it's always about being the best version of yourself every day, showing up and trying to learn from what you maybe made a mistake with yesterday or the mistake you've been dealing with for a month, trying to move forward from that, which can be
Yeah.
tricky, right? And like that takes time. Like how long have we spent on mistakes that then sometimes end up cracking into more mistakes where it's like, yeah, you're over trading, but maybe it's over trading because you're trying to play too big a position size, or maybe it's because you're trying to play both sides of the market and fight the VWAPs. And then we have to put more rules in place. Like there's just so many things that can spiral when you do start to do what you said. Have accountability, track the mistakes, document it all, start to like study it and see what actually needs to improve rather than just spinning the wheel and guessing like many people do.
And And even if you do all those things and you're not part of a community, at the end of the day, you're being accountable to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you traded by yourself and took a piece of paper and wrote down and journaled, at least you're talking to yourself and reminding yourself, was this a good trade or a bad trade? What did I learn from this? What am I
Right.
taking away? And
Right.
then, so it doesn't even, for the people that can't, or I don't understand why you'd never want to be part of a community now being part of one. But you never know, right? But I'm just saying, being true to yourself is going to make you the best version of yourself, like you just said, right? So,
I agree. I
and
agree.
there's no point. I don't need to. I had somebody actually come and message me on Twitter and wrote this write up about you can just copy my trades and get Apex a bunch of accounts, copy trade them, and I'll tell you what trades to take. Exactly, copy them. And I was just like you really are going to put that out there? Like you really telling me that you want me to? This is not why. I'm not paying to, you know what I mean, to hear somebody signals and say, buy this, sell this. This, like, what does that make me, right? Like, I might as well just give my money to an investment manager and say, here,
That's probably a much better decision because that guy selling
100% it
signals is
is,
calling random trades. He's like, buy
right?
now. I mean, sell now. Sorry, buy, sell now.
But people
Yeah.
get sucked into it, right? And
No, they do.
it's
Right,
not,
right. But you
it's,
love the game. You're
yeah.
already bought in on the game, so you won't get suckered into things like that. Now
Well,
that's motivated you to go ahead.
no, I just want to be like, when I do something, I want to do it to the best of my abilities. I want to be the best at it. And I want to look back and be like, I tried this, I conquered it. Or, you know what? In life, you fail at things. There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
Right. But a
definitely not.
year in now, if I made it my first year, and I'll tell anybody, if you survive your first year, you got something going. Right. And
Absolutely.
you
Especially
can
with as little in losses as you, under 10 grand in losses, dude, 100%. I'm sure there's many people listening,
under 5 grand.
especially,
Come on now.
especially, dude, of course, especially people that traded before prop firms like I did. Dude, we lost way more than that. You know how much I lost,
Yeah.
almost 50 grand. So in a year. So yeah, that's, that's very true, buddy. Very true. So now bringing this to your content, and like I'm big on this. The listeners of the podcast probably know I've pushed people on this before, but you were one of the guys that I've leaned into a little bit and said, like, hey, I think you could be making some content, maybe creating some other streams of income for yourself through affiliate money and things like that, because I think you are a great storyteller. I think with the right medium, people will want to communicate with you online. So now we've got you doing YouTube videos and tweets, and you're like kind of one of the guys within our little marketing group leading the charge, sharing new ideas. How are you finding, is that improving your trading, or is it taking time away from your trading and hurting your trading?
So at first, and Hillary actually brought this up with me, and we had talked about it the other night, and she was just like, I'm spending more time at the desk than I ever have. And
Yep,
originally I got in this to not spend time at the desk.
absolutely.
But at the same time, I'm growing a brand. And anytime you want to start a new business, you got to put in the work. So
Yep.
you're going to spend more time at the desk. Now, the key positive takeaway from that for me is I'm trading less than I ever traded and taking my wins and being content with them. Instead of sitting at the desk and seeing something. Yesterday, I missed 3 easy high day VWAP breaks on ES. Easy trades, 10 points each one. And at the end of the day, I was just like, oh, well. So what? Like, I can't catch every trade in the market. And making this content is almost forcing me to not, because now I've made my video for the day and now I'm going to take a random trade and I'm going to lose it. Then I got to edit my video and I'm doing all my editing myself. So it's like, it definitely has helped me control my trading and make me again more professional.
I love that. I think that's what I want to get across to people too is like there's no one that can or cannot share their content on the internet more than someone else. All of us have the same opportunity. That's the beauty of, the internet, free internet, not being in China, right? Shit like that, dude. Even you guys up, you Canadians with your communism up north and shit, you still got free internet, right? You can still get on and get a podcast going. You can still get YouTube videos going. So it's like, it gives everybody a fair playing field. And then, like you said, who wants it bad enough? Who's going to go after it? And then, like, it's cool. You guys see, me and some of the other guys around you doing well with it. So it's like, cool. You can do well with trading. You could do well with some other streams of income online, build yourself into a little business, and then you control everything. And it also then gives you something cool to teach your kid,
Yeah.
like it'll be
No,
interesting to see which one of our kids can trade better.
100%. And I know the feeling. I started this when I was 41. I just wanted to start trading. And, uh, I can just imagine how I go back and think how I felt by myself in my early 40s and changing careers and doing something totally out of the norm. So if one person watches the video that felt like how I felt and like, oh, he's doing it, it would be I think for me, if I saw that, I would be like, holy shit, I can do this, right? And if I can get one,
100%.
if I can get one person to feel better about themselves and want to trade and think they can make a difference in their life, that's all I need, right? I'm trying to give back, right? Like
100%.
the group has given me so much in the last year, and I just want to give back, and I want to, put that energy out there that things are achievable. Don't beat yourself up and don't get down on yourself. If you really want something, it's you manifest it and you really want it. It's always been yours. It's just you're
Yep.
not at that place in your
You got to
timeline.
vibrate on the right frequency, right? My Indian brother. You got
Every
to
morning,
vibrate on the
my
right.
breath work. I should do some. We should do some right now. Actually, we should end the podcast with a 10-minute breath work segment.
And put everybody to sleep while they're driving their car. They're like, okay, I'm doing the breath work. Just passing out. Oh God. No, dude, this is really good. Really good insights, Randy. I know people love hearing from you on stream, so I knew the podcast would do really well. For everybody listening, best place to get in touch with Randy. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on Twitter and Instagram. I'll tag all that in the description to this video so you can check his most recent content, follow him on YouTube, do the whole thing. But also, Randy will be on ASFX TV with us more regularly going into the next few months. So you can definitely tune in. If you're not a member already, take the free trial. There's probably a link somewhere around this episode or on my profile. Get the free trial. Come stream with us. Randy's getting his feet wet, taking some trades live in front of people. I don't think we've taken a trade live yet with you on stream. Nope.
No.
All right. So that's going to be next. We're going to take a random trade, no matter what it is, and just YOLO something to make you feel it. Okay.
You go long, I'll go short. We'll do that.
One of us will win, and we'll
do that silly challenge.
Yep. Reversal challenge.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. That's silly. That's all it is.
Yeah,
so we'll call it the silly challenge.
But dude, I'm really looking forward to May. I'm pumped. I get excited about these events, and now it's February here, and it's just going to come up fast, and I'm so pumped.
I still haven't broken 100. I've been golfing for 5 years now, but I'm telling you, if we end up
imagine you break 100. Oh, dude, I'll kick a couple of balls out of the sand for you, no problem. No problem, dude. I'll cheat for you, no problem.
I'll have some in my pocket all ready to go. So
yeah, just drop right.
Yeah,
cool. All right, bro. We'll pause here for now. Everybody, make sure you hit the links in the description. Connect with Randy, follow the account, subscribe to the YouTube, do the whole thing. Give him some love, give him some support. But for now, Randy, I appreciate you very much, brother. Thank you for giving me the time. Listeners, thank you guys as always. We'll see you all in the next episode. Just make sure you're subscribed. Cool. Done. Easy. Thanks, buddy.
How was that?
Oh, so good, dude. So many good, funny things. The clips are going to be so good. Yeah, I got a bunch of good notes. So people, especially the Black Shirt Club people, are going to fucking love that, bro. You're going to be a fucking superstar. We make you superstar, Randy. You become superstar.
People are going to clap when I walk into the room in Tampa.
He's here. He's fucking here. Exactly, bro. No, that's good.
Oh, nice. Oh, excited.
All right, go enjoy the rest of your day. Go hang out with the fam. We'll chat tomorrow morning. Yeah, I'll see you in the morning.
100%. I'm going to work on some content here. I'm going to try and do it. I haven't done a short yet. So that's everybody. They're still gone. They're out of the house. So I'm going to spend some time on that.
Take the videos I sent you. Yeah.
So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to try and make I'm going to make a short. I haven't posted a short yet. And then I'll post a video on my one win today. And yeah.
Cool.
Stoked, bro. I appreciate it, man. Again, I probably said it before, but thank you, man. Like I really,
of course, buddy.
No, but I'm serious.
It's
like
just
I really
the start,
mean that.
Bro. Oh, dude,
I'm telling you, like I'm truly like grateful that we've crossed paths. Like,
bro. I am as well. It's gonna be good for you. It's gonna be good.
I told Riley in LA that like even before like Seattle and all that stuff, I'm like, there's just something like, Austin, like there's a reason we crossed paths, right? So
100%, buddy, 100%. So this is just the start.
But no, cool. I appreciate everything, and I'm looking forward to the pod, and I'll keep pumping up material too.
What day you want to come on stream? You want to do next week? I can get you on Friday, I think.
Whatever day you want. If I'm good with Fridays. If you are,
Friday's good.
You know what? Honestly, I'll do Friday, 100% Friday. But if you ever need me, like I'm always at 6:30 in the morning here. I'm always.
So you're available. I mean? Yep.
So I'm always. I'm not working, obviously. So
block off Friday at like 10:30 my time. So like an hour into the open, you'll have time to either be in a trade or get ready for a trade, and then you come on.
Perfect. No, sounds great, man.
Cool. All right, buddy.
Awesome, bro. I'll talk to you later. Enjoy your day.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks, man. Bye.